We are doing a review of our pretest, and they're asking what is the volume of this rectangular prism. Start off with the formula. Volume is equal to length times width times height. And in this case, the length is 10. The width is 2. And the height is 3. And then we'll include cubic centimeters at the end. Multiplying these through, 10 times 2 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. Then we would add our units at the end, centimeters cubed. 60 centimeters cubed. Calculate the volume. Do you remember the formula? They're asked to calculate the volume. Volume is equal to, always start with your formula, length times width times height. Our length in this case is 12. It's the longer of the two. Our width is 7. And our height is 5. 12 times 7 is 70 plus 14, 84. Times 5. 84 times 5. And you can always use Desmos if you need to. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 2, 42. 420. And cubic centimeters. Cylinder, volume of a cylinder. So find the volume of the cylinder. Volume of a cylinder is equal to the base area, which is pi r squared, times the height. They gave us a diameter here. So half of the diameter is our radius. So the first thing that we need for this formula is the radius, which would be 6, which is basically 12 divided by 2. That's our radius. Plugging that in, and our height is 10. So that's everything we need. You can draw arrows on yours to help. So the radius is 6. The height is 10. So now we have volume is equal to pi 6 squared times 10. Order of operations says exponents first, so that'd be 36 times 10. Multiply our numbers. And that just adds a 0 to 36. 360 pi. Then we'd go ahead and look at the calculator. We'll need to use it this time. Scientific calculator. And it is 360 times pi. 1130.97. 1130.97. Goes on forever. Which one of these is approximate? So that would be the approximate one there. They rounded without telling us. They also left the units off on that one. That's okay. Find the volume. Find the volume if the height is 10 centimeters and the radius is 3 centimeters. So start with the formula. Volume is equal to area of the base, pi r squared, times the height. It looks like, oh, there's our height there. So this one is height of 10. Radius of 3. All right, so that's our radius. We got centimeters and inches on this one. That's okay. Our answers don't even have units, so let's just go ahead and plug it in and see what we got. Volume is equal to pi. Radius is 3 squared times 10 height. So that's Exponents first. 90 times pi. $282.74. 282.74 ... and 282 is approximately 283. This is a cone. Start off with the volume of a cone. It's basically 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. Pi r squared times height. So that means this is our height right here. That's how tall it is. This is our radius. Plug things in. Volume is equal to 1/3 pi. R is 3. That gets squared. Height is 6. Equals 1/3 pi. 3 squared is 9 times 6. You can do this in several ways. Let's just go ahead and multiply these two together. 9 times 6 is 54. And that would multiply to the top of a fraction. How many times does 3 go into 54? Well, 3 times 10 is 30. 30 minus 54 leaves 24 left. 3 goes into 24 8 times, so that's 18. Use the Desmos if you're not sure, or calculate it long style. 18 times pi. (18 times pi). 56.54. 56.54. These are inches cubed. That goes on forever. Which one is it about? It looks like they're using 3.14 without telling us, but that is definitely the closest one. Find the volume of the figure. Looks like we have another cone here. So volume is equal to, do you remember the equation? It's 1/3 of the cylinder, which is pi r squared times height. This is our height. This is our radius. So we have volume is equal to 1/3 pi r is 4. That gets squared times the height. 1/3 pi, I need to plug in height right here. Height is 9. We do exponents first, which would be 16 times 9. I'm going to go ahead and do some shortcuts here. So this 3 is on the bottom. This 9 is on the top. It's all multiplied basically. 3 goes into 9 3 times. So we now have pi times 16 times 3. 3 times 16 is 30 plus 18, 48. Pi. 48 times pi, 150.79. 150.79 ... and this one looks the closest. I wonder if it could be that one too, but this one is definitely closer. Beep, got it. All right, we got a pyramid with a rectangular base. Calculate the volume of the pyramid, round to the nearest whole number if necessary. All right, so we got a height here, and this would be our length, and this would be our width. So this is a pyramid, like a cylinder, is 1/3 the volume of a rectangular prism. So it's going to be 1/3, and the volume of a rectangular prism would be length times width times height. Plugging everything in. 1/3, length is 6, width is 4, height is 9. The 3 goes into the 6 twice, so the 6 is on top, so I'll change that to a 2. We now have 2 times 4 times 9. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 9, 72 yards cubed. Calculate the volume of the pyramid. Round, that's telling us to round to the nearest whole number if necessary. This is our height. This would be our length. This would be our width. Volume is equal to, for a pyramid, it's basically this is missing, and then we have our inside. Sorry about that little smiley face. Volume is equal to 1/3 length times width times height. Plugging things in. Volume is equal to 1/3. Length is 12. Width is 8. Height is 10. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Times 8 times 10. 4 times 8 is 32 times 10. 32 times 10 just adds a 0. And then these are inches cubed. Calculate the volume of the pyramid in the picture. Round, nearest whole number. All right, so we got a triangular based pyramid here. So volume is going to be equal to 1/3 of the base times the height, and that's a 3. The base here would be 1/2 length times width, and then we multiply by the height. Okay, so plugging everything in, this would be the height of the length times width is also kind of like a height idea. So we'll go ahead and deal with that. That's the area of the base of a triangle. So there's the height of the pyramid. And let's go ahead and draw this triangle so we can see it a little bit better. So we got a right angle. What are the sides? It looks like the longest side is 8. This side is 6. Hypotenuse is 10 here. Okay, so in this context, when we'd find the area of this, this would be kind of the length idea, and this would be kind of the width idea. Sometimes they call that the triangle height. It has to be a perpendicular, a right angle off of the base, which is what we have here. So those are the numbers we need. 10 is just a distractor. We don't need that. So this would be volume is equal to 1/3, 1/2. The length here would be 8, or the base of the triangle. The height of the triangle is 6, or in this case the width. And then we have the height of the pyramid, which is 12. Okay. Going through. I'll just go ahead and bounce around with some of these. This 12 and this 1/3. So that'd multiply to the top of it. Half of 8 is 4 times 6. This is 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 24. 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 4 is 16. 80 plus 16 is 96. And this is feet cubed. Calculate the volume of the pyramid in the picture. Round, nearest whole number if necessary. Same kind of problem. So now that we've seen it, we can see that this and this are the part of the triangles that we need, and this right here is our height that we need. So this would be our height of the pyramid. This would be our length or base of the triangle. This would be the height of the triangle, or we're calling it width for our formula. So volume of a triangular base pyramid. Pyramids are 1/3 of the base area getting taken up. So the base area of a triangle is 1/2, and I'm calling it length times width here. And then all of that gets multiplied by the height. All right, plugging things in. Let's see, where's my room at? I'll just do it right here. Volume is equal to 1/3 times 1/2. The length is 8. The width is 6. And the height here is 8. Okay. So this is now equal to. So let's just go ahead and multiply things out. There's 1/3 times 8. 1/2 times 8 is 4 times 6. Just taking care of the parentheses first. Number times a fraction goes to the top. 4 times 6 is 24. 3 goes into 24. 3 goes into 24 8 times. And we get 8 times 8 is 64. These are yards cubed. Find the volume of the given sphere. All right. Volume is equal to, for a sphere, it has the biggest coefficient in front. It's at 4/3. It's bigger than 1. It's related to circles, so there's always a pi involved and a radius, and that's all there is to it. So we're going to take that radius and we cube it. So they gave us a diameter. We want half of the diameter to find the radius. So half of 14.4 is 7.2. Then we'll go ahead and just plug that in. That's a 2. All right, so volume is equal to 4/3 pi and 7.2 cubed. Exponents go first. 7.2 cubed. $373.248. And then we still have a pi in front and a 4/3. 373.248. 373.248. Yes. And then we're going to go ahead and multiply this times 4/3. So answer times 4 divided by 3. 497.664. 497.664. 497.664, and we still have our pi. So we'll go ahead and take that answer times pi. Answer times pi. 1563. 1563.45. That's our volume. 1563.5. There we go, right there. Find the volume of the sphere. Volume is equal to, do you remember the formula? 4/3, it's greater than 1, and we have that 3. That's a very common bottom or denominator to our fractions. Pi r, and what's that exponent? Cubed. Well, finally they're giving us an r here that we can use. Just plug it in. Volume is equal to 4/3 pi 8 cubed. Exponents come first. What's 8 cubed? 264, is it? I don't know. 8 to the power of 3. 512. Okay, 512. So I got 5, 1, 2, 4/3, and then we got a pi floating around. All right, that's a 3. My 3's are getting bad here. All right, so 512 times 4/3. Answer times 4 divided by 3. 682.66. 682.66. And we still have our pi. That would be our answer in terms of pi. And answer times pi. Answer times pi. 2144.66. 2144.66 ... 2144.66. 2144, and they rounded to the nearest 10. All right, looks like that's our pi symbol here. Diameter is 12, so I encourage you to draw it if you don't see it. So that we need the radius. The radius is going to be half of 12, which is 6. Volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. And then we're plugging in for r, the 6. So 4/3 pi 6 cubed. Exponents come first. 6 times 6, 36 times 6, I don't know. 6 cubed. 216. 216 times 4/3. Multiplication is commutative. We can do it in any order we want. 216 times 4/3. Answer times 4 divided by 3. 288. We still have a pi. And our answers are in terms of pi. 288 pi. Last one. Find volume of the sphere, and we got some pi's floating around. They're giving us our radius is 9. Volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. Volume is equal to 4/3 pi 9 cubed. 4/3 pi, exponents come first. 9 cubed is 729. Take 729, multiply it by 4/3. $972. Pi. 972 pi. So that finishes off the review. Make sure as you go through this, you practice with your calculator also. Make sure that you can get the same answers that I do on your calculator. And as always, my advice, focus in on what it's asking you. Be very careful. Always draw the shape, label everything you can, especially the pieces that are involved in your formula. Always write the formula out first and then plug things in, use the order of operations, keep your pi all the way until the last step. Good luck.